Alright. Welcome back to even given the worthless appraiser class, I'm actually the strongest. Anime review episode number 3. We review episodes 5 and 6. We have one more we're gonna do today, and then we're caught up. Completely. Episode 5. We have a lot of stuff happening here, like a scene where, so basically we have Jasper taking Eren to the guild, and of course people don't buy it. Of course they show some monsters they want to pray. They want to basically sell some monster parts, and they see his guild card rank F, I think he's Bob, and then he just these big pile what the heck, all these monster parts. And of course, and then we have the Guildmaster show up, Medina, which in the manga, they made her chest bigger than it was in the anime. Oh my gosh, because the manga loves doing this with these type of women. They love making their chest so freaking huge. Yeah, they did this. They made her chest really big. The only other manga I've seen, adaptation of this I've seen this, was actually in How Realists Here Rebuilt the Kingdom, where Excel Walter, they made her chest really huge in the manga. And the same thing with Juno too. I'm like, what is up with these artists giving these women very big chests? Yeah, here it's normal size. And at least basically the outfit actually looks like it's fitting here compared to the manga where basically it's barely covering her chest. And of course, basically, she's like, "Ooh, I definitely want you in my guild." And it's easy to tell the fact that this very tall, very muscular woman, very beautiful, may have a thing for him. Maybe. So, look forward to him. And then he goes for relaxing in the pool, in the hot tub, at Jasper's place. And then, of course, he's relaxing. Obviously, here's someone talking to agree with him. Also, it's Yuri, and she's butt naked. And Pina's there, too. And Ursa's here, too. This is common jokes. There's common hot spring stuff. Now, this is another thing that's very common in a lot of anime I've seen. Hot springs scenes. Mixed bath ones, I don't see very much. I don't see every single heck. This happened even in My Hero Academia, where they had a scene where they went to a hot spring in one of the episodes. This even happened in one of the light novels too. So, yeah, it's in case you're curious though, this happened in Bleach. They had a hot spring scene, yes, but they really trimmed it down. Naruto definitely did have one. Had several of them. One Piece definitely has had theirs. So a lot of this is very common. So then Kuno basically just has she's basically sitting in the chair with nothing but a towel on. Yep. And then of course he gets contacted to come immediately to the palace. Actually, no. Basically, he arrived. Actually, before that happens later. So then he you have to finish getting dressed, and then he's visited by Makita, who gets him a job to hunt a SS Behemoth, an Earth Dragon. Yes, an Earth Dragon. Yeah, from what I've heard about Earth Dragons in some foreign media, these creatures do not fly. Not really. They're basically land creatures. When I think of dragons, I usually think of the ones I generally think of are the European ones. I don't think of the Asian ones. I don't think of those very much. I don't see many anime featuring those. I mean, the most frequent one I've seen is probably Kaido from One Piece. So, despite that he's rank F, he's sent out to kill this SS Behemoth, and he has to walk in desert for a while. And apparently, this Earth Dragon was actually created by the Demon King of Calamity himself. So he draws them out by using a Nova Spear, which is something he learned earlier. I think it was episode 2. I think it was. He actually used it as a demon bear. So then, of course, basically he pokes fun of the Demon King, and of course he fights him quite a while. And seemed like he's about to lose, and then all of a sudden he also even chops up his hand. Eventually, of course, he's able to like be accidentally. He was like, oh, he fakes being eaten by him. Gets on a flashback, he eats a human. Here he actually uses the time to use Nova Strike again to blow up his freaking head, killing the creature. And of course, they had to appraise it and probably get the body parts to the guild. So then, of course, he is requested to come to the royal palace. At least this doesn't happen in the opening episode where you have a character in a fantasy setting going to the royal palace. That happens a lot of the time in fantasy things. They love going to the royal palace. Here, it's about halfway through the season. This has happened in some anime. Those of you curious, this happened in the last time I just watched. I've been watching before I basically have my review list. First one, they mention royalty, but they don't show them per se. Okay. What about Firene? Nope, no royalty there. Okay. Dawn and Dawn is basically set in the real world, though it's basically action. It's in the real world, so it's not fantasy setting. Yep. Red Ranger. Yes, they actually just recently had an episode where they went to the Royal Palace, but it wasn't like in the first couple episodes. And this is just this year. Okay. Headhunted, well, they work as demons. The Gale Receptions one? No. Welcome to Himself? Nope. Wise Members World? Mostly real world stuff. So, not much for this, just mostly for this year, just Red Ranger in the World. That's the only one this year that I can think of. How about last year where they had scenes where they go to the Royal Palace? Yes, there have been several. Excuse me. Eminence Shadow kind of has that, but that's a very weird isekai one. Remonster? Yes. Children with Superpowers? Yes. Well, Reincarnated Center Prince, that was part of it. Someone got stronger by my farming skills? Yes. Failure Frame? Kind of. The As of Reincarnated Investigation of Appraiser in the World? This one, yes. Fairy Quest? In the previous series, they did. The Roman Heroes Magic? Yeah, this is one of those standard isekai ones making someone in the world in the Royal Palace in the first episode. Demon Lord Retry? Yes, they did this basically toward the end of the first season. Chain Soldier, Real World. 7 Deadly Sins of Apocalypse. Yes, they featured it about halfway the season. Actually, the end of it. Rama Half? No. Spirit Chronicles? Yes, they have. But it took a few episodes in to do this. The Strongest Magician Demon Counter Human? No. Yes, it's one toward the end it did. The Healer was banished as Healing Part Effect Strongest? No. Philip Grow? Nope. Saving... Retirement? Yes. But I should point out, it's very common. But at least this one is one of those common ones where it happens about halfway through, or not the case on a smartphone when they did with it in just the first 4 episodes. Yeah, so it meets up with basically Claudia, and of course, basically, his second wife, and like, oh, you remember my future son-in-law. And of course, he's probably just to thank him for killing Behemoth, and gives him a watch with the royal emblem so he can go anywhere in the kingdom he wants. Probably help him with his quest. Yep. And then, of course, he gets home, sleeps, because, of course, he's exhausted. So Yuri and Pina proceed to go out to town to do some shopping. Probably cook some food for him. And that's when Zoid is contacted by Echidna. They mentioned her a little bit early on. She's actually Yuri's eldest sister. Yes. Who, for some reason, they gave her appearance of a beautiful dark elf woman. Yes. She's like Yuri, except she's a dark elf. Yuri is an elf. Pina is not an elf. I think she has the appearance of a human, despite being a spirit. I'm a spirit. Here's a spirit eye. Shoves it in Zoid's head. And then he turns into a monster. And then as soon as he's basically his former party member who basically working there a guy, this is my boyfriend, and he proceeds to bite the guy's head off, chew and swallow it, and he does it to her head too. I'm like, oh my gosh, this guy's serious. And he starts wrecking people, wrecking the town. And then, of course, he goes after Yuri and Pino, who just were shopping. And lucky enough, Eren and Ursa and Camino come in. Of course, it turns out a really good battle. Like, at one point, it seems like he was losing thanks to the well, first Yuri basically, Pino was losing thanks to the fact that he was using anti-spirit magic. And at first, basically, it doesn't work. He has tough time fighting him because he doesn't want to necessarily kill him. Because, of course, because he basically accepted his party. As I'm holding grudges, it's basically a bit of a character. It's a character focused on Eren, where he thinks that basically that everything is not for him. He hasn't got stronger. Turns out he actually has. Eventually, he gets the full spirit power, and then of course Ikina gets Zoid his. And eventually, he is defeated, but not killed. He is arrested, probably for all the killing people and wounding them. So he's probably arrested for murder, probably 2 counts of murder, because like confirmed to kill 2 people, multiple counts of destruction of private property, public property counts that, and probably also multiple counts of attempted murder, because of course people didn't die; they were healed by Yuri. And of course, basically, and apparently Echidna's goal is to revive the Demon King of Calamity. She's very tall too. She's taller than Yuri. Yeah, Yuri looks like she's I'd say about 5'9". Echidna looks like she's over 6 feet tall. And it's gonna be quite interesting whenever Eren meets him. Meets her. Yep. But yeah, great 2 episodes. I have 2 more to go, and then we're basically caught up. So next up, the first of 2 chapter reviews for One Piece. Okay, next video. Bye.